Hello, and welcome to the Real San Diego podcast, where I interview inspiring and interesting people, dive into hot topics in communities around San Diego, and more. I'm your host, Cece Summerfield, and this week I am talking with Collin Smith, VP of Sales, Business Development, and Cookie Monster for the Cravory Cookies, a local small business that has an inspiring story about a unique business idea coming to life by friends coming together and making it happen. Hi, this is Cece Summerfield, and today I'm here with Collin Smith of the Cravory Cookie Store. Now, Collin has been with the company for a number of years, and I brought him on today because I just think this is such a unique business concept. And I love to see success in small businesses like these that have these unique, very niche concepts. So, Collin, let me start out with some questions about you personally, like how you came to be with Cravory. But first of all, let's just ask you, where are you originally from?
Yeah, so that's the answer is both of those questions. So okay. I started into I was born and raised in the Southwest. So I've lived in Dallas, Denver, New Mexico. Just kind of moved around with my family, and then I landed in Tucson, Arizona, in 8th grade. I just so happened to start high school in 9th grade with the two original founders of the Cravory. So We've been friends for over 25 years, and that's how it really began. So, 2004 we all graduated high school. 2008, 2009 we were graduating college, and this was a business project for one of the original founders. He came up with this really fun flavor called rosemary balsamic, and it just took the socks off of the judges. He came up with a business plan and was like, wow, maybe I should really run with this thing. So he moved to San Diego with the other founder, and we're all friends, and I wanted to be a part of it, but I didn't have any family out here, and I had already started my career with Wells Fargo. I couldn't really just work at a farmer's market. It was just something I wasn't able to do. So I started building my career at Wells Fargo while they started doing farmers markets, and they were doing other things. They were I think they were valets one summer. They worked in restaurants and bars. And I went to Wells Fargo. I went through lending, home preservation, banking. I lived in Tucson, Phoenix, and Colorado. Got married in Phoenix. We moved to Colorado. I was managing a downtown Colorado branch of Wells Fargo. And Nate came out for a ski trip because we would all get together every winter. And he was like, this is real, Collin. It's not just a farmer's market thing anymore. We have a store now. So in 2014, he opened up his first store, and we haven't stopped since. It's been crazy. So I quit my job, and we took a U-Haul down to San Diego, my wife and I. We didn't have kids at the time, so it was less risky of a move. But so I moved down, and I just started pounding the pavement. And I brought cookies to any profession you could think of that could possibly give my cookies as a gift. So I went to realtors, dentists, really anything. And then I went to coffee shops and delis and liquor stores. And I said, hey, try these cookies. You could sell these cookies. I could sell them to you wholesale, and you could resell them. And that's where I built out that division of the company. And all of a sudden, we're not just a small farmers market company where we've got a storefront, and then we have several other areas of our business that can really support our company. So
yeah, I was going to say that has got to be a real key piece to the business, and helping you, with the overhead cost of having a storefront for sure. I know they're popular, but without getting them out there, I imagine it could be really tough. So I think that's where you guys really succeeded in making this business thrive and stuff. So that's awesome. So that really gives me a background on where you came from and where you are now. Now, one of the reasons I know about you guys is because you were at the OB Farmers Market, which is local to where I live here in Ocean Beach. Yep. And I know you said you did a couple other farmers markets. Which farmers markets were those?
Hillcrest, Little Italy, La Jolla. We did PB for a few years, but OB was a no-brainer for us. We always did the chili cook-off,
Oh yeah.
Blues Fest. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, we always do all those events.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we're not in the farmers market. With when COVID hit, they really scaled it down,
Yeah.
and we focused on our online store.
Hmm.
We'll ship cookies nationwide, but I still come back for all those events, and you can find me in OB at it used to be called Apple Tree, now it's Crisp
Crisp.
Market.
Yep.
So you can find my cookies there as well as OB Quick on Voltaire.
That's great. I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear that you got into some of the stores. So you told me a little bit about how Cravory Cookies came to be. Now, what an amazing story that you get to work with your friends, for one,
Yep.
that you've been friends with forever, and that it all started with one cookie, the balsamic rosemary cookie, which
Yeah.
isn't your usual flavor, but definitely something to, I'm sure, pique people's interest. Is that one of your favorites?
Yeah,
Still
I
the-
think it's too savory for me. I like
Yeah.
the sweet. I like
Me too.
the Cookie Monster with the caramel and the Oreo in
Oh,
it.
yeah, that one's so good.
But yeah, no, it's definitely, I'll two-part answer of your question. So it's definitely, working with friends is a challenge as long as you know going into it. So one of my friends, he left the business, and one of them is still here. He's the CEO, Nate. You just need to know what, have an exit strategy on when things do get tough, like what, it's all about our livelihoods and our health. It's really what it comes down to. The rosemary balsamic cookie, now that is a great, that's really how we took off as a company, because we realized that we could start doing 6 new flavors every month. And over the last 12 years, we've made like 5,000 different flavors at least. Because if you think about it, if we do 6 flavors this month, we're heading into October right now, there were at least 15 to 20 choices that we had to choose from to get down to that 6.
Yeah.
And so over the years, we've made more than 5,000 cookie flavors. We're always trying something new. We have a mango con chili cookie, watermelon tahine. My favorite, in December, we have a peppermint bark cookie.
Oh,
So
that's been my favorite too.
So we're not just really, the one thing that separates the Cravory, and we have San Diego and Ocean Beach to thank for that, is we're not fad. We're not going away.
Right.
There's things like, the cupcake craze of the early 2010s. There was, the Cold Stone Creameries, how they boomed and went crazy. And now there's Crumble, right? They're doing what we did 10 years ago.
Right.
They just have a lot of franchise money behind them. So what I'm focused on is staying true to my values, what separates us, and don't deviate from what I believe in. So
Yeah. I think that's really important, and that's a really big message to drive home to any entrepreneurs, to stay true to your values and really stay focused. Because focus, as an entrepreneur myself, in real estate, sometimes it's hard. You lose focus, when things aren't kind of going your way and it's a real grind. It's sometimes hard to keep focused, especially with the beach in the background. That really makes it hard. But yeah, I definitely agree with you on staying true to your values and staying focused. So you've told me a lot about the over 5,000 flavors. How do you keep coming up with new flavors? That just seems like a heck of a lot of cookie flavors.
yeah, so there's 4 of us owners of the Cravory now, and 2 of them are husband and wife, Eddie and Ta. They're from Brazil. They started in the very beginning at the farmers markets with us, and they went to Grossmont College. They've been raised around food. They know what can pair and what goes well with something, and they try something new. And nowadays we have such a expansive ability to source ingredients that they just try something, that we let our customers try it. We'll if you go to my store in Point Loma, the bottom rack is always new flavors or unique flavors, and we'll just see what the customer reaction is. And then the other thing is we in America especially, we come out with all these national holidays. So there's National Pancakes Day, National Bacon Day, National Blueberry Day. Well, guess what? I have all those cookies that national holiday. So National Pancakes Day today. So we're doing a National Pancakes and Bacon sale. So,
Nice.
and then if it's a blueberry pancake, we have a lot of different recipes that we can pull from. One of my favorite ones is they put marshmallows in the middle, which is unique. Like you wouldn't think marshmallows in the middle of a blueberry pancake, but delicious.
It definitely complements it. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that one. I gotta say, I'm kind of a traditionalist when it comes to cookies, but I do, and I don't know if this is traditional, but I do remember like a lemon cookie when I was a kid that I just absolutely liked. It was like a cake cookie with lemon. Your guys' is way better. It's almost like a lemon bar, but not with all the more like lemon filling. It's like just a lemon cookie that's really good cookie and has great lemon flavor. So.
Yeah, no, that's what's good about the bestsellers mix is there's something for everyone. Like if you give a box to somebody, there's a ultimate chocolate chip, there's a lemon bar for your sweet tooth, there's a birthday cake for my 4-year-old. You know, there's a lot of different options. You don't always have to go crazy with it. So.
Yeah, so you kind of took the next question right out of my mouth. It was what are the top sellers? I mean, top 3 cookies that sell for you guys.
Yeah, so one of the best things that happened to us during the pandemic is we launched with the Padres at Petco Park.
That's exciting.
And it's one of the best stadiums in baseball because they bring in all the local restaurants. They have Hodad's there. They have, all the great restaurants. And they brought us in and they asked the same thing. So we brought to the baseball stadium, and in fact, the Padres are about to make the playoffs right now, ultimate chocolate chip, birthday cake, and Cookie Monster. Now, Cookie Monster was one I talked about earlier. Caramel, the vanilla-based dough, but it's blue like the Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
And that actually was one of our monthly flavors back in 2018. Customers loved it so much that we added it to our bestsellers menu. So,
I can only imagine. I mean, definitely one of my favorites as far as sweet cookies go. I mean, it's just got such a great combination. And speaking of the Cookie Monster, I saw on your guys' website that your one of your positions or one of your titles is Cookie Monster. Was that your cookie development?
That I didn't make the cookie, but I ran with the title. My business title is owner/Cookie Monster.
Yeah, that's cute.
I even have a full-on Cookie Monster suit sometimes I'll wear. So.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And, I think we've already answered this, but is that your favorite cookie, the Cookie Monster, out of everything?
Actually, no. Salted caramel cream is my favorite.
Ooh.
Plus, I love trying the new flavors. Every month I try some of the new flavors. So, October's coming up. Stay on the lookout. It's going to be really good.
All right. I will have to come into your store. So you said you have more than one store now. I know the one in Point Loma or OB Point Loma. Where's the new store?
So we opened up by SDSU.
Oh, nice.
One of my resellers was a coffee shop. So we took over that coffee shop and built it out. We put a whole mural on the side. It's been really fun. We're right next to Rolando Village, so it's a good mix of students and family.
Yeah, definitely a great spot. Love that neighborhood.
And then Poway is my headquarters. So.
Oh, okay. So that's where you do all the baking and everything, and then come deliver out to the store out here.
No, so what we do is we make all the dough here, and then I deliver the dough frozen, and then we bake them in the store so it's fresh every morning.
That's another thing I saw on your website. You guys, I mean, like I said, you have more than just the retail stores. You've got online ordering, and also I saw. Can you order dough too to cook on your take and bake? Or
We have had that available in the past. Okay. I do sell dough to like restaurants. If you're around town, you could find us. If you're at the zoo and you're about to leave, just look right and you'll see my cookies. And then there's another sweet shop. It's called Hannah's Creamery. Mm-hmm. He's in UTC, and he has all my cookies there as well. So we're pretty well built in terms of diversity.
You really are. That's really impressive. And I had no idea. I just, like I said, I live in Ocean Beach. And so I see this store. I'm like, oh, good. They're still there, Yeah. And I just happened to do some more research on your website. So I happened to see a little bit more of what you guys are doing. And I was just like really impressed with everything, all the, with the, our breadth that you've had with the business. It's just great. So super
It's been
inspiring.
very helpful through the pandemic because people, they didn't want to go out as much,
Mm-hmm.
and then they couldn't travel to see their loved ones. So
Right.
what's the next best thing? Send a piece of love of San Diego to your loved one across the country. It's
Exactly.
very fitting. It really helped us survive the pandemic, and then now it's a good balance. So
I
yeah.
love that. That is great. So one more question for you, or two more questions actually. If you had to start the business all over again, would there be anything that you would change or do differently, or do you just really feel like your path was it just happened and everything was great?
Yeah. Of course, there's things that, on a daily that I think about that I would do differently, but I wouldn't be the person I am today. Our company wouldn't be the way we are today if it wasn't for our past mistakes and success. So I guess I would say no to that. Like, if I could go back in time, would I move to San Diego first and not work at Wells Fargo? But maybe I wouldn't even be here today. I wouldn't have had the foundation. Right. I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't have all the things that pile up to get me to where I am. I think it tells that story. And that's what I love so much about cookies is like we judge ourselves on being the ultimate cookie experience. The reason, like, what else makes you think of home than a cookie? I have clients that started with us at the farmers market back in 2009 who remember us back then. Here we are 13 years later. They're 13 years older. Maybe they had a kid at the time, and now that kid comes to our store, and it's a childhood memory of theirs. And then they get married, and they have cookies at their wedding, and then they have babies, and they have babies at the cookies at their baby shower. I think it tells that story, and staying true to ourselves and staying like local San Diego distinguishes us. So
yes,
yeah, I wouldn't give it up.
I love that. That is so just heartfelt and so true. I mean, honestly, the cookies are definitely a home feeling, and fresh baked beyond that. So to wrap it up, I just want to ask, you kind of told us a little bit about your online. What's the best way to find you guys? What's your website address? Are you on Instagram and Facebook and those kind of things? Is that a way to communicate too?
Yeah, no, for sure. So we have our 2 stores in San Diego. We're at Petco Park. I'm in Poway. You're welcome to pick up cookies here if you're ever out this far. My website's it's a big part of my business. So obviously people order cookies online. Mm-hmm. It's the Cravory. So TheCravory, and then .com. And then same thing with my hashtags, my handles on Instagram and Facebook. It's the Cravory.
The Cravory. Got it. Yeah. Okay, so I will make sure and put that in the description when I actually post the podcast. But good to have recorded also, just in case somebody hears it and is like, oh yeah, I got to look that up.
Yeah.
So, Collin, I really appreciate your time today, and it's been super inspiring to hear you speak about this. And 13 years in the business, that's great. I wish you another, 20 in business before you retire, of course. But yeah, what an amazing story. And I love that you're local and that you're really staying true to what your path and your goals in life are. So thanks again.
Thank you for taking the time.
All right.